thank you for coming today. We're going to be discussing the ACT Profile Report and specifically what it means for the district. This report was prepared by several administrators throughout the county, and we appreciate their work and their help on this breakdown of the ACT Profile Report. So let's get right into it. What is the ACT? Well, the ACT was created to determine if high school graduates had the skills to be successful in college. The SAT was already in practice at that time, but times were changing, so the ACT was a reaction to try to better align the standards. Over 2 million students took the ACT in 2017, making it the largest test of its kind. Every college and university in the United States accepts the ACT, which means that our students, when they take the ACT, it will be accepted at any public university or college. The ACT consists of 4 sections: math, reading, English, and science, and then also an optional writing portion. And the scoring range is from 1 to 36, each section getting its own score, and then a composite score also being given for each, compiling each of the parts. The national average over the past year ranges anywhere from 18 to 20. So when do our students take the ACT? Well, all juniors take the test once enrolled in public school, and they take it at no charge. It is free to them. Students can elect to take the test on their own multiple times, but that's at their own choice, and it is at a cost to them. They have to arrange that on their own. So all juniors in the state of Alabama are required to take the test, but do not have to make a certain score in order to graduate. At one time in the state of Alabama, there was a graduation exam, and when the graduation exam was taken away, the ACT took its place, but what the state did not do was create a required score in order to graduate. There are multiple facets looked at in order for a student to graduate. The ACT can help a student to qualify by making a qualifying score. So let's talk about the profile report itself. It provides information about the performance of DeKalb County School District students who took the ACT as a part of the state testing. It is broken down into 5 specific parts: an executive summary, an academic achievement, college readiness and impact of course rigor, career and educational aspirations, and an optional writing test results. The test itself, the report, is over 30 pages long, and this can look daunting, but when you take each part and break it down, you can understand what it means for us. So let's look at the focus of the report. The report focuses on performance, course selection, course rigor, college readiness, awareness, and articulation. So what does that mean for us? Well, what it tells us is, in our own courses that we teach in our classrooms, are we meeting the level required for students to go to college? So if students aren't making the necessary scores, then we can see that our performance and our course selection and rigor may be off. That may let us know that we need to change what students are taking or change the level of rigor in that. When considering this report, stakeholders are encouraged to measure student performance in the context of college readiness. So obviously this is a college preparatory test. That means that it's not an indicator of whether or not they're doing well in high school, but whether or not they would perform well in a college setting. So when you look at this, that's what we want to consider. These are juniors. They've not yet completed all of their coursework, but are they on track to be ready to go to college and to be successful? The number and percentage of students who met or exceed ACT's college readiness benchmark scores should be the focus. So we want to see, who is it of our students who are being successful? Why are they being successful? What things led up to their being successful? And then those that are not, what can we do to get them on that same level? So there are specific benchmark scores set by the state with ACT. You can see here on this chart, English composition, benchmark score is 18, algebra, benchmark score is 22, social science, benchmark score also 22, biology, benchmark score 23, STEM 26, and language arts a 20. STEM was a new component added to the test recently, which stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. it's an important field that many of our jobs are being created in this field. So we want to make sure that we're tracking how students are on target so that they can do the jobs that are available right now. So these measure student performance in the context of college readiness. The standards relate to test scores to the types of skills necessary for success in high school and beyond. Benchmark is the minimum score needed on an ACT subject area to indicate a 50% chance of obtaining a B or higher in that college course. So, for example, in English composition, if a student scores an 18 or higher, then they have at least a 50% chance in an English introductory course in college of making a B or higher. That means they didn't need remediation or other classes to prepare them. They left high school and were prepared to be successful at the college level. So what do our results mean for the district? When we look down, and table 1.1 is found in the report, and one of the most striking numbers that jumps out at us is that only 6% of our students in 2017-2018 met all 4 benchmark indicators for English, math, reading, and science. Now, that's only one particular figure, and it doesn't give us a lot of information except we know that we have room to grow, specifically that we need to make our core curriculum a priority. In other words, this is not individual students who have issues, but rather we have a priority to increase all of our curriculum because this affects many of our students, over 94% of our students. We look at each section, English, math, reading, and science, and we see that not only is our scores, our percentages low, but they're also below the state average. So we want to make sure that our students are taking the right kind of courses. We're going to look at the rigor of each of those courses, and we need to plan guidance activities based on students' college and career aspirations. So we want to make sure that students are enrolled in our schools in the right courses and that those courses meet the level and need of each of the students to prepare them. And we have a lot of room to grow. And so these weaknesses, they show up. Only 6% of those 11th grade students met the benchmark in all 4 sections. 15% took less than 3 years of math courses because they're juniors. Most of them are only in their 3rd math course. And that then showed us that only 2% of those were college ready, which tells us maybe we need to offer math courses that bring students on on level where they need to be at an earlier age. So possibly adding 2 math courses at that 8th grade level rather than just 1 to prepare students. We also see 21% took less than 3 years of natural sciences and only 3% were college ready. So are the courses that the students taking the appropriate courses? So there is impact that we're finding from the schedules that students have. It's impacting whether or not they're prepared to go on and be ready. There were some strengths that we found in this report. As compared to state averages, students who pursued a core curriculum outperformed students who selected non-core curriculum. In other words, besides the cores that are required of all students, students who added more to their course load. In other words, they chose an extra math, they chose an extra science, English, or history. They outperformed those that selected non-core curriculum, such as an extra athletic course or a non-core curriculum, music, science, music, arts, or those courses. And we also found that our American Indian, Alaska Native students had higher average ACT composite scores. So we have an American Indian program in which students are pulled out of the classroom, and this may have an impact on their test results. So what are our next steps? We recognize that we need to increase rigor in our core instruction. We're doing that through SREB. We are in the 2nd year of a 3rd-year implementation plan to increase literacy-based instruction in our core classes. LDC, which focuses on English, MDC focusing on math. This is a 7 through 12, and we also have 6th grade teachers involved as well. We've had 2 separate cohorts. We're impacting the actual instruction that's occurring in the core classroom, specifically on its questioning and its level of rigor. And we also are going to increase algebra prior to the 9th grade to help prepare the students to advanced level math classes. So we have some students taking algebra in the 8th grade. And so what we want to do is make sure that the coursework that they're taking is aligned to being ready to take that algebra course. In other words, can we add in another math level or an increased math level to get them prepared? And so these are the steps that we know we need to take in our district and are taking to raise our students' levels. Furthermore, our district has created a strategic plan. We took this data and other data points and created several objectives, 5 specific objectives, which have action plans. And so we want you to know that it is a priority of DeKalb County Schools to increase our instruction. Our very first strategic objective, the objective we believe is the first one we need to tackle, is to deliver equitable, rigorous instruction that will empower students to think critically and collaboratively to be college and career ready. It has furthermore 3 action steps, which are to provide instructional leadership and support that ensures high expectations for equitable, rigorous instruction. 2, to provide professional development for faculty to deliver equitable, rigorous instruction that emphasizes critical thinking and collaboration. And 3, design and deliver lessons that provide engaging instruction that requires students to problem solve in collaboration with their peers. So the goal of the district is that we implement these objectives and action steps so that we can raise our level of instruction. If we break those down into easier components, what we see is 1, we're going to make sure that our leadership understands what is needed at each school level in order for our students to succeed. 2, we're going to provide appropriate professional development to teachers so that they can provide the instruction necessary. And 3, that the lessons they give allow students to problem solve in collaboration with their peers. These 3 things will raise the test scores that we're after. Finally, it is the mission of DeKalb County Schools. We're expecting more today of ourselves and our teachers and our students in order to educate them for tomorrow so that they're prepared to be college ready, so that they're prepared to be ready for the workforce and the jobs that they're going into. Thank you for taking the time to listen. I hope this has been informative to you, and I hope that you will help us in this endeavor to help our kids grow and to be all that they can be. Thank you.